Hey, it's Phil with the Go Sold Group, powered by EXP, and we are back with your September market update. A lot of things happening in the month of August, how the numbers played out, but more importantly, we're actually going to be answering a very popular question right now. I'm debating to sell my home on the open market or possibly sell it to an iBuyer or investor. What are the pros and cons? Stay tuned. So August was another strong month for the real estate market here in Maricopa and Pinal County. One of the big things that we've been tracking are the active homes. These are the ones that are available. When we hit our low point, it was anywhere between 4,000 and 5,000. And in August, it actually bumped up over 7,000 homes available. And the reason why this is so important is we have not seen this type of traction with active homes in at least a year. Even though the active homes were up over 7,000, the pending and under contract homes, the ones that have offers on them, they stayed very strong. Over 12,500 homes, give or take, were pending at any given time in the month of August. And then last but not least, for the homes that actually sold in the month of August, we hit well over 8,000 homes sold. Again, for a strong market, we're toggling anywhere between 7,000 and 9,000. So we hit that mark again. So all in all, even with the active homes up, the pending and the closed homes stayed relatively strong, and we're heading into the month of September with a strong real estate market. So a question that I've been getting a lot over the past 12 to 18 months is, what is the biggest difference if I sold the home on the open market, like a regular listing, versus selling it to an investor or possibly like an iBuyer like Opendoor, OfferPad, or Zillow? So I want to go over the pros and cons of both options. And one of the things to think about is everything's based off your current situation and the time frame that you need to sell by. So the pros to actually selling to a larger company like Opendoor, OfferPad, or even an investor, it's going to be a cash sale, and you'll typically be able to pick your own close date. Another big pro is going to be the actual showings. So obviously, if you were to sell to one of those companies, you don't have to worry about showing the house or even getting it ready. So a couple of cons with choosing that option is sometimes when you get the actual offer, one of the things you want to pay attention to is the actual net. So there's a couple of fees that typically will pop up. There's going to be a convenience fee, and those can range anywhere between 4% all the way up to 16%. It just depends on the company. And then the last thing to pay attention to if you decide to go that option is a lot of these companies and investors have to make money somehow. So it's really during the inspection period where they're going to ask for another chunk of money. So a couple of things to be aware of. Again, it's a good option, especially if you need to sell quick or you just don't want to deal with the showings. But again, those are all the pros and cons of the iBuyer or the investor offers. Now, if you decide to list the property and put it on the open market, a couple of the pros is that because the market is so hot, you give yourself the best opportunity not only to sell very quickly, but also to get top dollar. So here's what we've noticed. If the home is marketed and priced right, you're typically going to get multiple offers on it, essentially getting a bidding war up, and then net a lot more. Another pro is that when you're on the open market, not only are you able to make sure that you get all offers from normal buyers, it also brings out all the hedge funds and all the investors as well. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. Another pro to the open market and listing is that somebody's actually representing you and your best interest. And one of the nice parts is if you decide this option, you know that somebody's actually trying to make sure you get the most amount of money, but also has your best interest in mind when it comes to the negotiations during the repairs and the closing. A couple of cons that you have on the open market is obviously going to be the showings, but one of the nice parts is because the market's so hot, we've actually only had to designate 1 to 2 days out of the week for the showings, and we typically, about 85% of the time, will generate an offer within a week or two. Another con could be that you're actually having to deal with a regular buyer which has a loan. And one of the things with the loans is what we've noticed is a lot of these buyers that are coming from out of state, or if they're a hedge fund, they have a large amount of money to put down. So we haven't really necessarily had any appraisal issues. And because a lot of the buyers have been waiting so long to get a home, we've been noticing that a lot of them already have 90% of their loan already done with underwriting. They're just looking for the right house. Hopefully this information has been helpful and insightful as well. If you have any questions about buying or selling, please let us know. Thank you again for joining us for September's market update. And until next month, have a great day.